think Waterford's coastline, it's really where Ireland's ancient East begins. I grew up on the Copper Coast, very close to Kilfarrassy Strand, and we would have been introduced to seaweed as children. We had the coast on our doorstep, and spending time at the sea, fishing and eating seaweed would have been very much part of what people did. Waterford has a long tradition of seaweed. It's a native food. There's evidence going back to the first settlers. The health benefits were, without question, the reason for eating it. So nobody really cared an awful lot whether it tasted nice. I had done a seaweed cookery course and I'd been experimenting a lot with the seaweed and cooked for people. Cooked some scones and soup and cookies, and people loved it. Over time, I built up a fairly big repertoire of recipes cooking seaweed, basically incorporating it into what we were already eating ourselves. That kind of evolved into the book, The Sea Garden, with recipes in it for people, as well as foraging guidelines and so on. I'm still educating people, I'm still giving people an enjoyable experience in the outdoors. And by producing a range of foods, it's allowing me to reach people that won't go quite as far as that foraging step. It's interesting, that idea of what is it that makes people want to forage. Certainly people love being outdoors. They like being in that environment, out in the fresh air. I come across a lot of people who can remember their grannies eating dillisk or boiling slough corn. So there's a nostalgia around foraging. There's a nostalgia around seaweed. So that link to the past, I think, is very strong. My parents came from the other end of the Copper Coast. I consider myself lucky to be still living and working here and, raise my family here. And what I love is the variety of places that we have. If you want a day in the outdoors, you've got fantastic coastline, you've got fantastic mountain ranges, you've got the coombs of the Cumra Mountains, you've got the peaks of the Knockmeal Downs. So the geology here is interesting. You've got a diversity in the people as well. I think they've retained some of their Irish character maybe that you would associate with a more rural past. It's a very authentic welcome really that you get in this county. We're not part of Ireland's ancient East for nothing.